Everyone, how you doing? It's Jeff C. It is Tuesday, April the 29th, and I'm sure you probably heard by now, if you've got any access to television, the radio, or the internet, the big story. And I'm looking at the sports pages here for this one. Banned for life. NBA bans Sterling for life. Fines him $2.5 million for comments. And they're apparently going to try to take his team away from him. They're going to have some sort of vote and try to remove the team from him. I wanted to say that this guy's a scumbag. There's no doubt about it. He said some really awful things, and I don't blame all the blacks in North America or around the world hating this guy, as they probably should. But I gotta say, I'm pretty disturbed by the fact that all this recording has happened. I mean, there is a bigger issue at play here when we look at this, when considering the NSA, the spy surveillance grid, everything being watched, everything you do being recorded. This guy had all these conversations with his girlfriend here. And now she's reporting here that she has more than 100 hours of recordings. So his trophy girlfriend here has set him up in a big way. And that's kind of evil in one way, all right? You're only going out with this guy because he's got billions of dollars. That's the only reason why this Barbie doll-ish girl here is going out with this guy. And therefore, you have very much betrayed this guy by recording all these things. I mean, you're recording without his consent. As wrong as it is what he said, as wrong as all the racist statements that we've heard, the fact that you can record somebody's private conversations and then use them against them is very, very dangerous. When you say something in private, when you assume that nobody's recording it, how could somebody turn around and use that against you? I made the allegory before to Mel Gibson, and he's another racist scumbag, whatever you want to think about him. I won't go there, right? He's done some good things. I'm not going to judge him right here. But nonetheless, he was also set up by his trophy wife in a very sort of malignant way. It's very evil, and it sets a precedent for so many others out there. The fact that they've gone after this guy. Now, the fact that they have hundreds of hours of recordings means that they planned this for a long time, which totally sort of verifies my video from yesterday where I said it's all timed, it's all planned. This was planned in advance. It was released on purpose at this time. My belief, to further flame the race tensions within North America, the United States, and to, help polarize even more the mainstream sort of watching sheeple from characters like Clive and Bundy, to be able to use this race card. And the fact that they both came out with racist statements within days of each other, I mean, and this one was recorded God knows when, just goes to show you that they're pushing this meme right now. This is all a concentrated thing. And okay, so he's possibly a Zionist scumbag here, this guy. And he said very, very awful things about blacks. It's really disgusting, but he was set up. He's set up by this girl, and he had no idea that these conversations were being recorded. And now the fact that he's been fined $2.5 million, now for him it's probably pocket change, right? But to me it's the principle of the matter. He's being fined, and he's being banned for life from the National Basketball Association, in which he owns one of the teams. The owners now want to take the team away from him. I understand why all the black players, even the whites in the NBA, would be upset with this, because it's disgusting what he said. But perhaps people should be even more disgusted with the fact that these things are being recorded and without his knowledge. And this is a very, very important thing. It really is. Because if we cannot have conversations in private anymore, if everything we're going to say is going to somehow end up in the NSA database or be used against us at a later date in case we act up, then what kind of world are we living in? I ain't here to stand up for scumbag billionaires, right? But this is wrong. It's wrong that this girl did this to him. She's a scumbag. In my opinion, she should be arrested. I mean, maybe not arrested, but I mean, it's just wrong. And this is going to set a very dangerous precedent for the surveillance state that we're living in. If they can take down a billionaire, who can't they take down? If they can record anyone at any time, now she's the one that recorded it, right? But nonetheless, it's just, to me, that's the bigger wrong in this picture. As awful as the things that he said, as awful as they were, the fact that she's going and secretly recording him in order to destroy him, in order to totally ruin his character, to assassinate his character in public, because that's exactly what's happened. I mean, nobody's going to want to associate with this guy. That's very evil. So this lady here, this bitch here, is an evil person. 100 hours of recordings? She's been doing this all along. No wonder he's so upset. She's been baiting him forever. We get to hear 10 minutes of one conversation and we make an opinion that this guy's a scumbag, which is, yeah, it's true, most likely. Yeah, absolutely. But we don't see all the build-up. We don't see any of it. All we get is this sound clip, 10 minutes, and the whole world goes crazy. Everyone jumps on it. It's being splashed across every media outlet, probably in the world. And it's all based on lies, basically. Her lying to him. Her recording him without his consent, without his knowledge. Her baiting him without him understanding. So the old rich geezer gets royally screwed by his trophy girlfriend. And there's other stories to look to this, because if they force that team away from him, watch to see who takes that team. Because if it ends up being Magic Johnson, well then you know that there's something deeper to the photos that she was taking of him. And I don't want to stand up for this guy. It's not about this guy. It's about us. It's about the future. It's about the surveillance state that we're all under. If we allow this kind of shit to happen, then we're only asking for it for ourselves. Any one of us can be, recorded at any time without our knowledge, and it can be used against us. And that's a very dangerous, dangerous precedent that they're setting here. And I think that's the bigger picture here. I know it's a giant psyop for sure. This guy's taking the fall. He's pissed off the wrong people. And they're making an example of him. But what kind of world do we live in where we can't even trust the people that we live with, where they can turn around and record us, bait us, and then slander us and use it to destroy us? And what context do we get out of a 10-minute conversation? I mean, where is the other 100 hours of recordings? They chose that one for a particular reason. Who knows what the build-up to this whole thing was for that 10-minute conversation? Maybe she had been driving him nuts everywhere, and he just broke down and reacted the way he did. I think it's a disgusting story all around, and I think he's going to have a serious, ability to challenge the NBA in court over this, because this is not the way to expose people. No matter what the scumbag has done, he has a right to have private conversations not be recorded. And I gotta say it, here's the criminal here. Lock her up.